Hello, everyone. My name is Eddie Sabaga alongside Joe Stolzer. Welcome back to the Baruch Bearcats Broadcasting YouTube channel in the Arc Arena. On the second game of our back-to-back doubleheader, the Baruch Bearcats take on the Brooklyn Bulldogs.
Good.
The Baruch Bearcats coming off a tough loss this past Friday against Lehman College, losing by 1 point, 77-78. They look to make a comeback now against the Brooklyn College Bulldogs after their first meeting, beating them 62-53 on January 8th. They look to take a strong handle on the season series and go 2-0.
Well, Eddie, this is a no-brainer. Every game is a must game. February's coming. It's obvious. Brooklyn is a tough team. Always was. It's a rivalry game. CUNY. Baruch has to take care of business. It's a home game. They're on a win streak. Coach Alisi's getting play from his first unit, his second unit. It's all there for the Baruch Bearcats. They can't give this game away, Ed.
Hopefully get us just an exciting matchup from the men as we did the women, as the women's game came down to a wire with a win of 66-63.
Women's game was worth every minute of watching. Came down to where Baruch had to really figure out how to get away from the barrage that Brooklyn was throwing at them. And the mark of a good team is finding a way, Eddie.
You said it right, Joe. You would have paid to see that matchup, and you got it for free here on the Baruch Bearcats YouTube channel. Here at the Arc Arena, getting ready to tip off for Game 2 of the back-to-back doubleheader between the Baruch Bearcats and the Brooklyn Bulldogs. Here come your starting lineups and the national anthem. Welcome back. Due to some technical difficulties, we will not be having the starting lineups.
Well, yeah, Eddie, the technical difficulties, these rims that we're dealing with both the far and the north. I mean, how many shots arguably should be going down, but they're, popping out. I mean, give us a break here, maintenance.
Joe Stolzer, a very well-known critic of the Baruch Bearcats Arc Arena rims.
Rims, yeah. I have a pet peeve with a lot that goes on in New York. Ed, I don't know how often you take the train.
Too
but
often.
How can the machines ask you for $3 and change? No one has $3 and change, Anyway, we can go on with that.
Tip off here at the Arc Arena. Brooklyn Bulldogs control the tip, and we are underway on the second game of our back-to-back doubleheader between the Baruch Bearcats and the Brooklyn Bulldogs.
So the Bearcats are a swarming defensive alignment, good switching.
Fast-paced first possession.
That was a well-earned basket by Brooklyn.
Absolutely, the Bulldogs moving the ball around there. And Gabriel Barker with the finish.
Minnick missed last game. And Debris picking up where he left off. A knockdown shooter.
Regain the Bearcats start with their first bucket of the night with a corner three.
He's been doing that a few games now.
Joe Charles gets it into Barker. Barker drops it off to Malik Dale. He's no good. Goldberg with the rebound, and here comes Minnick. Look for a lot. Gerard Nicholson and Jack Gordon now for three in the corner. His no good. Rebound by Dale.
Well, the offense for Baruch starts with Nicholson, but he's been getting a lot of help. That's a travel.
Here's David McFadden getting it out to Joe Charles.
McFadden goes to the same disco the Lady Bulldogs go to.
Now Thrace Buell up to Joe Charles, gets by Minnick, drives in hard, off to Barker. He smokes the layup, and Goldberg with the rebound. Here comes Gerard and Minnick.
Well, too many point in the paint opportunities for Brooklyn right off the bat, Eddie.
Minnick to Gordon, working around the 2-3 zone for the Bulldogs. Gordon open for three, drops it off the Minnick baseline, goes up and over.
Well,
the Bulldog defender for two.
Minnick's got great body control and strength.
Seems like he hung in the air there for 5 seconds.
Yeah, that's the only way he was going to get it off.
Malik Dale gets a screen, open on the wing. Now to Barker, faces up against Goldberg. Back out to Charles, his three-pointer's good.
Well,
and a quick timeout.
Brooklyn's
by the
come
Brooklyn
out,
Bulldogs, Jeffrey John.
And like the Lady Bulldogs, Brooklyn can play. Coach Alisi going immediately to his bench, bringing in Lamb, who's a very good player off the bench. Baruch has always had that player or two off the bench, Eddie, that sparks the attack. And so Lamb is another one in those kind of players.
If the game goes on like this, Joe, we'll see a highly offensive battle between these two teams who are very familiar with each other. As coach of the Bulldogs in his sixth season, along with Coach Alisi.
We've seen nothing but heavyweight battles, whether it's York, whether it's John Jay, whether it's Lehman, Brooklyn. And it seems like Brooklyn can play, okay? Let's not, let's be honest. But how is Baruch going to play tonight?
Nicholas Lamb, as you mentioned, checks in for Minnick, I believe. Here's Goldberg baseline back out to Lamb. Oh, and they're going to say it went off Lamb.
Yeah, that was not an efficient offense. You know what? I think Coach Alisi wants ball movement, which creates good things, okay? You got shooters on the perimeter that are waiting to knock down shots for Baruch.
McFadden drives in hard. Charleston, 4 Bearcat defenders, leaving Thracebuell for 3, no good. Second chance for the Bulldogs, no good by Joe Charles. And here comes DeVries.
Well, Brooklyn's getting shots which Coach Alisi can't be happy about.
Here's Gerard Nicholson around the wing to Lamb.
They got to move the ball, look for Nicholson.
Here's Nicholson now with McFadden draped all over him. Goes left side, middle of the paint. Kicks it out to DeVries for another. Hits the side of the backboard and rebounded by the Bulldogs.
Great penetration by Nicholson, who has the strength to go to the basket if he wanted to.
Joe Charles calling out the play of Brooklyn for the Brooklyn Bulldogs. Malik Dale drives in. The 3 Bearcats defenders collapse, leaving McFadden open, no good. Rebound by Nicholas Lamb.
Well, Brooklyn's getting looks. Thankfully, they're not making shots, but Coach Alisi has to be concerned with how open Brooklyn is from the perimeter.
And here's Gerard Nicholson getting big, showing off his work in the weight room for 2.
Yeah, Nicholson's a tough. Nicholson should be playing for the Buffalo Bills quarterback if he wants to.
After our quick start, finally a bucket to break the drought. 7-5 Bearcats with 16 left to go in this first half. Barker lowers his shoulder into Goldberg. And a travel called.
Listen,
rightfully so, as he lowered his shoulder into Goldberg and he couldn't keep his pivot down.
The fact, Eddie, that Goldberg stayed, avoided a foul. Great defensive positioning by Goldberg.
Goldberg was able to keep his stance and while holding off Barker, pointing at the ref saying, what was that?
So rapid ball movement's going to create opportunities for Baruch.
Here's Lamb baseline, out to Dubriz. Back to Lamb in the corner.
No need to get caught in the corner. Move the ball.
Jack Gordon, pump fake, jab step, left side, sees two. Nice step through by Jack Gordon. After the defender leaves, seeing he's open and finishes the leg.
Eddie Gordon's a very crafty player. He's like Minnick. They can create. And Nicholson, they can all create for themselves.
That he is. Here's Malik Dale now guarded by Dubriz. Jab step gets him off his center. Now gets a screen from Barker, goes in left side, but a right-handed floater, no good air ball.
Well,
rebounded by Goldberg.
Great defense by Goldberg. He created a problem vision-wise.
Gordon gets it quick to Gerard in the corner, Nicholson that is. Back out to Gordon, sidestep. Right side, nothing there. Well defended by Serge Theresiebule. Decides to take a step back, one-legged, it's good, looking like Dirk Nowitzki. Jack Gordon.
I'll tell you, Gordon's a tremendous player with his body control.
An 11-5 lead now for the Bearcats as Theresiebule has it top of the key. Joe Charles now going in hard left side, drives in on Jack Gordon. No good, rebound by Goldberg. Gerard Nicholson pushing it now.
Now, they can't get caught with stopping their dribble. They got to keep moving, keep the ball moving, and good things will happen.
Jack Gordon, heat check, knocks it down. His third straight bucket, extending the lead to 9. It's an early onslaught for the Bearcats.
Well, isn't it funny? It's not Nicholson. It's the supporting cast. Dubriz last game, Gordon this game.
Barker sizes up Goldberg. Goldberg takes it to the chest. Right-hand jump hook. Around the rim and out. No good. Rebound by Lamb.
Now that was a good rim. Thank you, maintenance.
It give it to take it, Joe.
Right.
Here's Gerard doubled now to Goldberg in the high post. Corner to Gordon. Swinging it to Lamb. Good ball movement. No good. Rebound by the Bulldogs. But you had to like the ball movement there for the Bearcats.
You know something? I think they still could have got a better shot.
Theresiebule drives in hard on Gordon. Hits the deck and still gets it to fall. To cut the lead to 7.
Well-earned basket. But Coach Alisi wants to defend those kind of baskets.
Full court press on Gerard Nicholson, forcing the ball out ahead.
Now, Gordon stopped his dribble. No need.
Goldberg going to get involved now. Strong move into the paint on Barker. No good, but a foul is called. Barker pleading his case, but to no avail.
Now, once Goldberg gets in that low, he's just going to do
he's going to have his way, Joe.
A few dance steps, right? He's great at that. He can go left, he can go right. What a great addition Goldberg has been to the attack this year.
Goldberg, a 69% free throw shooter, misses the first.
He's such an agile post player. He can hurt you in a lot of ways.
And he stands his ground on defense too, Joe. We've seen it a couple times now with Gabriel Barker trying to back him down with no success at all.
Hey, I don't care what level it is. Goldberg's a player.
Absolutely.
D1, D2, D3.
0 for 2 from the line. Does he go? Goldberg.
Well, it's not him, Eddie. It's the rim.
We've been over it, Joe. These rims are not having it tonight. Here's Joe Charles now. Oh. Nice pass in to the big man, blocked by Goldberg, and they call a foul.
Goldberg with a really big-time block.
I don't think he got his arm at all there, Joe. I got to be honest.
That looked all ball, Eddie.
Brendan Armour going to the line for 2.
I think these refs have to really focus on their contact lenses in these last 2 games.
Armour misses the first. And misses the second. However, rattled around and taken by Goldberg, as now it's Dubriz to Gordon on the wing, and they'll swing it around.
The success of the Bearcats is going to be their ball movement.
Good defensive stance out of McFadden. Ball still gets through. to Nicholson, drops it off to Goldberg, and he's fouled once again.
Now,
looking
once
to make up
again,
for his previous blunder at the line.
Eddie Nicholson could have gone on. I say this in a very respectful and positive way. Nicholson, as good as he is, I think he should learn to take a floater because he penetrates, and in that case, he should have taken a floater rather than pass it up.
You got to give him credit, though, Joe. That pass over the head, little hook pass to Goldberg, pretty nice. Nonetheless, Goldberg hits the first of two as Dylan Minnick looks to check back into the game.
Wow. Goldberg again missing a free throw.
Uncharacteristic from Goldberg, shaking his head on the way back down the floor. Looking to make his presence known and make up for another defensive end. Checking in for the Bulldogs is McGill. Ooh. As Brendan Armour knocks down a long two, and the bench is loving it for the Bulldogs.
Well, he was uncontested.
Full court press on the Bulldogs, forcing the Bearcats into the front court quite quickly.
The movement is key here again to create for Baruch.
Goldberg looking to assert himself. Strong move in the paint. Fouled for a third straight time and still cannot complete for the and one. So he'll go back to the line for two more.
Wow, that looked like a real three-point play waiting to happen.
Good hand on the ball did Goldberg have. Splitting the defense and cradling it all the way to the hoop, just couldn't get the finish.
I'll tell you, sometimes you shouldn't go glass, you should just dunk the ball. It's like a safer way. I know you might say it's Division III, too bad.
I don't know if Goldberg has that in his arsenal, Joe. If he could body someone like that, I'm not too sure.
Hey, have you seen this guy, Eddie, on Florida? 7'9".
Goldberg goes 1 for 2 from the line there, Joe.
Yeah.
No, I haven't, but I know what you're looking for here.
Yeah, I mean, my goodness, for him to get to the basket, heart rate doesn't even go up.
Stephon McGill now to David McFadden as the Bearcats are in a 3-2 zone. Joe Charles finds himself open to the mid-range, no good. But Brandon Armour once again letting his presence be heard as he heads a little put
You know
back.
what, Eddie? There's points in the paint again. Baruch, as well as they're playing 5-point lead, a couple of, they dozed off a few times.
Similar to the previous game, Joe, second chance opportunities here for the Brooklyn Bulldogs. Unable to corral the rebound are the Bearcats. Gerard Nicholson looking to get strong, no good on the right-handed layup there.
He did everything but finish.
Here's David McFadden, resets, sets his feet for three, no good. Fight for the rebound between two Bearcats, corralled in by Nicholas Lamb.
Another dance move by Brooklyn, they got away with it.
Nicholson drives in baseline, kicked out of bounds by Joe Charles. It'll stay Bearcat ball.
I don't know, Eddie, unless they change the rules overnight, Brooklyn's got away with a lot of turnovers that were not called, both in the women's game and...
Number 30 checks in for the Brooklyn Bulldogs.
Now
Danny Casanova along with Trevor Coppin.
It's no secret, Coppin is a real player. Love the way he plays the game.
High pass from the out-of-bounds play from Nicholas Lamb, and it's stolen by the Bulldogs.
Well, that's a turnover Coach Alisi, is going to get agita with. Unforced error.
Trevor Coppin always looking to bring the energy on the offense and defensive end. Here's McGill now to Jaden Casanova, who checked in. Back to McGill. And he finds Brendan Armour wide open under the basket for another easy two.
That's too easy. That's too easy, Eddie.
This full court press proving to be a bit of a nuisance for the Bearcats.
But Nicholson has got it.
Jack Gordon finds himself in the corner, decides to pull it back out to Gerard.
Now here's the ball movement.
Minnick drives in strong, drops it off to Coppin right through his hands. Good look by Minnick, but a little too hot for Trevor Coppin.
I think Minnick should have gone the distance, Eddie. There's no room to get the pass into Coppin.
Agreed, Joe. Early trend here is Brendan Armour. 3 easy layups in the paint. He's got 6 points now.
Now Baruch's defense, Eddie, has got to tighten up again. Brooklyn is kind of doing whatever they want on their offensive end. And, Coach Alisi, his success over the years, let's face it, great offense, but even better defense. and especially defense, it just gets you real excited. You know, when you get into a stance and just lock down your man. Coach Alisi from the Catholic School Excellence of Xaverian High School, it's about playing the game defensive first, and then the offense will, you know, just take care of itself. But you got to play that hard-nosed defense for Coach Alisi.
Bearcats shooting 60% from the floor. A 16-13 lead for the Bearcats with 9:54 left to go in this first half.
You know, Brooklyn's hanging around, Eddie.
Looked like an entry pass to Armour that's gone awry, straight out of bounds.
But that was good pressure defense up top by Baruch. Now Lamb is in the game. There's good minutes to Coach Alisi.
Minnick cutting hard. Charge called on Dylan Minnick. Armour apparently got to the spot first and set his feet.
I want to say that Minnick got tackled. Let's face it. That could have gone either way.
Coach Alisi pleading his case. Nonetheless, it'll be Bulldog ball. Here comes Jaden Casanova to McFadden. Armour once again on Coppin here. Spins left side. A little jumper is good. Cutting the lead to one.
That's a big-time post move by Armour. But you got to defend.
Armour is proving to be a force early on. 16-15 now, Bearcats. Gerard Nicholson. Only 2 points thus far. Get the ball into Coppin now. Coppin posting up Armour. Wrap around poke and a steal.
He's got to give it up, Eddie.
Joe Charles works himself into the middle of the paint, and he knocks down a mid-range jumper. The Bulldogs have their first lead of the night.
The Bulldogs are playing, Eddie. And Baruch's got to show an answer.
Armour now with 8 points, Charles with 5.
Again, the ball movement is going to create opportunities for Baruch. They can't stop their dribble and get into no man's land.
Lamb goes baseline, misses the layup there, and here come the Bulldogs once again trying to extend their lead.
Lamb could have finished that.
McGill gets it into Armour. The focal point of this offense now. Little half spin, another fadeaway jumper in the paint, and he knocks it down to extend the lead to 3.
Armour doing a Cooper flag invitation.
Brooklyn bench getting loud now. High energy. Trevor Coppin reassuring his coach that he can handle it. However, Alisi goes back to Goldberg as he proved to be a good force against Armour.
Well, when Baruch has stopped their dribble, they've gotten out of a rhythm. Coach Alisi has been urging them to move the ball, create opportunities.
Gerard Nicholson gets Joe Charles on his hip, now forces a switch up top. Minnick and Dubriz checks back into the game here. Dubriz drives in on McGill. Right-handed push shot, no good. Rebound by Armour.
Well, Dubriz got that close, he needed to finish.
Bearcats under a cold spell now, haven't scored in about 2 minutes. Here's Joe Charles, wrap around the screen from Casanova.
Well, he turned it over, another no call.
Wraps the pass around to Casanova, now crossover on Minnick, drives on baseline. Goes up on the right side, on the left side with his right hand, nice finish.
Well, this is just Brooklyn outplaying Baruch on the offensive end.
After a hot offensive start, the Bearcats can't seem to get anything going on the offensive end. Gerard Nicholson backing down David McFadden now. Pump fake spin, goes up again, blocked by McFadden. Rebound taken back by Gerard Nicholson, and the Brooklyn bench is really into it. Jack Gordon heaves up a 3, no good. 5-point lead it is for the Brooklyn Bulldogs.
You know what? There's no ball movement. So Baruch is making it harder on themselves.
Joe Charles now for 3. He knocks it down, and Coach Alisi needs a timeout.
Well,
lead now extended to 8 points. The Bulldogs are ecstatic on the other side.
You know what? The Bearcats on defense are on the heels, and Brooklyn is just coming down with a lot of confidence, going inside, going outside. Pretty obvious with their attack.
what started as a hot start for the Baruch Bearcats. Good ball movement. We saw it early, swinging around the horn, get it to the corner. First it was Dubriz, then Jack Gordon, and Jack Gordon again. Since then, we haven't really seen much of that ball movement.
Well,
we saw Goldberg get to the line a few times.
Dubriz is a lock and load shooter. You know, they can look for him. Minnick can put the ball on the floor. There's a lot of things that Baruch can do offensively, and they're going to have to really go into their bag of tricks and not be one-dimensional here. Offensively, it's going to take a lot of creativity, Eddie, to get this going. Brooklyn's on their game on both ends, Eddie.
Bearcats leading scorer Jack Gordon with 7 points. Brandon Goldberg, 2 points, 2 for 6 from the free throw line, Joe. I think that's a bit of a difference here. I think knocking down those free throws changes the momentum shift.
Now the question is, to Coach Alisi, do you want to go now to an inside game with Goldberg and see what happens?
Here's Minnick now working on Joe Charles, gets it across the timeline. Dubriz picks up his dribble, out to Jack Gordon.
Well, Brooklyn's taken away the Goldberg option.
Every time they look to Goldberg, post pass, they double it. Minnick, some nice footwork in the paint, spins right side and puts it up for 2.
Minnick has got the size, the strength, the agility to create.
Minnick ends the drought for the Bearcats and cuts the lead to 6.
Don't forget, look at that. Brooklyn effectively getting the ball inside.
A high entry pass from McGill to Armour, back out to McFadden. He knocks down the 3.
So, you know, Brooklyn has shown that they have a lot of weapons, Eddie.
Here's Dubriz now, back to Minnick. As Nicholas Lamb looks to check back into the game. Goldberg looking to assert himself in the paint. 1, 2, 3 moves, and puts it up and in.
Well, he didn't let the defense get set. Baruch attacked early, and that's what allowed Goldberg to score.
Brandon Goldberg with his first field goal of the game to give him 4 points.
If Baruch allows Brooklyn to converge on Goldberg, they'll take that away.
Casanova yanks up a 3, no good.
If Baruch wants to use Goldberg, they got to get to him early.
You're right, Joe. Early on, they don't have their defense set to guard Goldberg. Here's a 1-2-man game with Goldberg and Gordon. Make that Gerard, Nicholson, and Gordon. McFadden a little too handsy. Foul called. He's out of bounds.
See, Nicholson should play quarterback, and either we got to use Goldberg, but you got to get him early. Are we going to go into ball movement and look for perimeter shots? Do we want to let Minnick go off? You got some options. It's play calling, Eddie.
Nicholas Lamb checks back into the game for Minnick, as well as Thraisbuell in for Jaden Casanova, and Malik Dale for Joe Charles.
Well, here's the movement. It was good movement, but then again, Brooklyn is converging quickly, taking away a lot of options for Baruch.
Here's McFadden now to Thraisbuell. And Malik Dale.
There's another travel.
Stephon McGill grows in strong. Arid pass, and it's picked up by Nicholson. Pushes it to Lamb. Dubriz in the corner, goes baseline. Now Nicholson in that corner. Corner 3, no good. Bobbled rebound taken by McFadden.
Well, it's a quick offense by Baruch. Nicholson had a good shot. 7-point lead for Brooklyn. Brooklyn's really, momentum is on their side.
A high entry pass from McFadden to Brandon Armour.
A great pass and a great catch.
Brandon Goldberg playing him on his front side, leaving the backside wide open with no help. That pass will get there every time.
Yeah. Well, Armour is having his way here in the first half.
Goldberg puts the ball on the deck, goes on strong, and another foul called as he touches the paint.
Well, Goldberg's ability to hang in the air created that. Well, it's not a bad thing for Baruch that Armour could get into foul trouble because he's had a very good offensive first half.
Goldberg, no good on the first free throw attempt.
So he's had some difficulty at the free throw line.
Typically a good free throw shooter at 70%. Tonight he's 2 for 7 thus far. Make that 3 for 8. Does Goldberg, converts 1 for 2 on the free throw. As the Bearcats implement a full court press. Here's McFadden, guarded by Nicholson. Active hands backs him off.
Well, Baruch caused Armour to go to the bench. So let's see how their post play is for Brooklyn.
Barker tried to get it to, couldn't see it there, but got back to Barker and out of bounds. It'll stay Bulldog ball.
But
6 seconds left to go left on the shot clock.
That was good converging defense by Baruch.
Here's Thraisview in the corner, pump fake, gets it to Barker. Barker, a little left-hand push shot is good, and the lead is extended to 10 now.
He did a little dance step too, Eddie.
Nicholas Lamb in the corner for 3. No good. Good pass by Nicholson, just couldn't convert. And here come the Bulldogs again, looking to extend their lead even further with 3 minutes left to go in this first half.
Well, I think the Bearcats can get better shots.
Thraisview left open by Gordon. Passes down to Barker, who faces up Goldberg. Top of the key to McFadden for 3, no good. Good box out by Goldberg, taken by Lamb.
Well, Baruch got lucky. That was a good shot.
Jack Gordon looks to push, no good. Goldberg with the rebound, puts it up and in. For the first points, looking like it's all coming from Goldberg, Joe.
Well, when Armour's in the game, they were really defending Goldberg.
Here's Thraisview now goes in hard on Gordon. A foul is called. Thraisview misses the first of 2 as Trevor Coppin checks back in for Jack Gordon. Thraisview goes 1 for 2 from the free throw line, and the Bulldog lead is 9. Full court press once again from the Bulldogs. Here's Nicholson. Pumps and then takes the full deep 3 and good. Knocks it down, Gerard Nicholson.
Wow. That was from downtown.
Pump fake first. Didn't bite from the defender. Decided to heave it up, and he drilled in with some authority, Joe.
Well, Nicholson is the leader.
And McFadden right back does the exact same pump fake and then decides to take the shot himself from the mid-range, and he knocks it down.
Well, Brooklyn has had a very good first half. There's no doubt about it. And in the second half, Baruch is going to have to really step up offensively and defensively.
Goldberg getting back into the action now. Goes up, well defended by Barker. Finds Coppin in the corner for 3, no good. Air ball rebounded by Goldberg. Goes up strong. Gets his own again. A lot of contact down there. No call by the officials. And here comes McGill. Pushing the pace. Goes up on the right side. And he misses the layup. Now come the Bearcats. Back and forth we go. Here's Goldberg on the left wing. Excuse me, Nicholson that is. Nicholson no good, but a foul is called on the rebound on Serge Thraisview. Trevor Coppin putting up a good fight for that rebound.
Well, Baruch, offensively, they can create their own shots, which they've been doing. The shots just haven't dropped.
1-1 for Bearcats. Jared Coppin misses the first. Rebound by McFadden. Here comes McFadden on the right side on Nicholson. Out to Thraisbuell. Drives in hard on Coppin. In the air, passes it back to McFadden. Two-man game here. Thraisbuell jab step into the paint on Trevor Coppin. Puts it up, no good. Rebound by Goldberg. And the Bearcats could hope for the last shot here. Coach Lisa calling out the play for the Bearcats.
Well, going into the locker room on a positive note would be very key for Baruch.
Parker getting a little too aggressive there with Goldberg on the post-up, and that'll send Goldberg back to the line, looking to find his rhythm now.
Yeah. Baruch is hanging in, but they're going to have to find their rhythm. Last game, they got a lot of knockdown shots from DeBreeze, and all that was clicking. Tonight, the movement of Brooklyn defensively has caused a lot of problems for the Bearcats.
Goldberg misses another. He's 3 for 9 from the free throw line now. 10 seconds left to go in this first half. Baruch Bearcats down 8. Here comes McFadden driving in on Goldberg. Blocked by Lamb as he comes over the side. Heave from DeBreeze just off. And the Bearcats will go into the halftime locker room with an 8-point lead.
Well, Eddie.
Oh, excuse me. The Bulldogs are going to the halftime locker room with an 8-point lead. The Bearcats in an 8-point deficit. My mistake, Joe.
Eddie, long story short, Brooklyn's a good team. Okay, they can play. Baruch is a good team. Really, in a heavyweight fight, there's a lot of equality, but it seems like Brooklyn just made more plays. Could we say that? They're up 8. There's not a lot of difference in both teams, but Brooklyn seemed to just make a couple of more plays.
Between the two teams, Joe, only one double-digit scorer combined. It's Brandon Armour with 12 points. He feels like he's 6 for 7 from the floor, Joe.
You know
12
what?
Points.
He put on a big man clinic there with his work around the basket. But, Eddie, we have a special guest here at halftime. Again, what more can we say about what Mia Castillo is here, and we're going to spend some time talking to her.
How you doing, Joe?
Mia, hi, welcome. Listen,
Hi.
we ran out of, accolades for you in that first game. But the thing I wanted to ask you is you really, said, I'm going to the house, like Saquon Barkley. So what do you think about that? You said, I'm taking it to the house tonight.
Oh, I got to give credit to my teammates tonight. They played an incredible game, today. Lily stepped up today. Lily Morales, she gave us the push we really needed today. And the high-low action between her and DeAndre was just beautiful.
And as we were talking on the air, Brooklyn can play.
They can.
They are real ball players. And if you got it done, says a lot for your team because Brooklyn is tough.
Absolutely.
So how do you think you matured in this game going forward after this big test by Brooklyn?
Right. I feel like it really started back when they gave it to us at their place. We really took that loss to heart, and ever since then we've just been trying to take it one game at a time. And it's just almost a shift ever since that loss.
So the thing about what we were saying is defensively, you really are growing by the minute.
Thank you.
Is that something that you're working on, or it's just part of your maturity as a player? Is it just coming because, what are you going to do next game? Defensively, you were so active, creating all kinds of havoc. But, I don't know what do you think you can do more? Because you're already, you're such a complete player. But what do you think you can do more?
Well, first I'm going to start and say, before I was a scorer, I was a defender.
I
always say defense makes my offense, always. And I really take a lot of pride in my defense. And when I find I'm having, trouble shooting the ball, I always look to get a spark on defense.
You know what, Mia, I look in the crowds, and are there any scouts Because if there are scouts, they're seeing like somebody that can play the next level. Last time I talked to you, I said, do you want to play next level? And with every game that goes by, you should be playing next level because your game is just, it's just so a pressure. And the thing is, I think the team is feeding you what you're bringing, and you're just lighting the fire.
Well, I'm loving the energy they're bringing to every game as well. You know, I'm looking to pass and find them in places they like to shoot. You know, Ange hit a clutch 3 in the clutch 2 towards the end there.
Well, you know, I show a lot of love for Angela Baccarella.
Yeah, that's my
what
girl.
do you think about her tonight?
The unsung hero.
We ran out of what she did offensively, defensively, energy. What do you think about her maturity as a player?
I think that, you know, it really goes unsaid a lot, the things that she does for us. You know, of course, she's a force on defense and on the boards, but the work she has put in to shoot the ball, and, you know, you got to step on it. You can't sleep on Angie Baccarella.
You used to have to rely on Alyssa, but now, I mean, you got some people. Last game, remember, you got into a little foul trouble.
Yes.
Coach K went to the second unit, and they played.
So
I hope that they went.
Team.
I hope they had a good dinner afterwards because they all.
No, yeah, we praised them after.
They all
picked us up.
They deserved it. But so now we're getting into February. Where do you think the team is at as we get down to crunch time?
We take it game by game. You know, I think we're doing a really great job moving the ball more than we ever have. And I think our chemistry is just getting better and better. The energy off the bench is beautiful. Practices are even different. So.
Your presses are really something to watch because if you don't steal, we're saying, like, what happened?
Right.
Teams are really got to really worry about the fact that you're bringing it. And, I don't see the problem with you really getting to the chip because that defense is going to be – we know what offense, but that defense is stifling.
Thank you.
So, right? So, but where do you think the team is at mentally? I know they got to be excited.
We're ecstatic. You know, a lot of credit. That's a championship team. So a lot of credit to Brooklyn.
Oh.
But, we're ecstatic. You know, we worked really hard to get back, and you know, we're on a revenge tour.
But the fact that you came away with the victory has got to make the coaching staff and you and your teammate has got to say, why not us?
Right.
Because we really played. I mean, if we were playing pickleball, you choose the Brooklyn players to be on your side, right? They all can play. They're ball players.
Absolutely.
And the fact that you took all they got and hit them back.
No, you can't sleep on us. You know, I feel like, you know, you'd see the box score. They beat us by almost like 30 last game. You got to take it game by game, you know, and I feel like now with the momentum we've been having.
So what do you look for the next game?
I just look. We always say everybody eats, right?
Yeah, I mean, every opponent is going to be a heavyweight match, but the next game coming up, are you just going to? I don't want to give out anything to the opponents, but do you think that you're just so good mentally and as a team that it's just going to happen, whatever, and you're going to be able to adjust at this point?
No, we just want to make sure everybody is finding their stride going into February, right? We want to make sure everybody's feeling confident, getting their shots up, and looking for each other. We just want to really swing the ball.
On behalf of Baruch Nation, Mia, you're going to be a regular guest, so you know, because we love you and we want to give you, we want to show you our appreciation, and we're honored and privileged to, be here and enjoy your play. So much good health, and just keep rocking.
Thank you.
And we'll see you soon, all right? Thanks for coming. And
thank you so much.
Like I said, I hope you have a great dinner. And just keep bringing it because, again, we're so honored to have you here.
Thank you. It's always a pleasure, Jeff.
So we'll talk to you soon, okay?
All right.
Welcome back to the Arc Arena. You are watching the Baruch Bearcats YouTube channel on YouTube. Here, coming into the second half, Joe, the Baruch Bearcats down 8 points. The key factors, at least in my opinion, paint defense with Brendan Armour for the Bulldogs going off for 12 points and free throw shooting.
Well, again, Baruch has had adversity, and all you can hope for is that they thought about what happened in the first half and that they can, kind of make adjustments. That's really, Eddie, it's a chess match.
No double-digit scorers for the Bearcats in that first half. Leading scorer Brandon Goldberg and Jack Gordon both with 7. On the Brooklyn Bulldogs side, as previously mentioned, Brendan Armour with 12 points, leading the way, followed by Joe Charles with 8.
But what's going to happen is, again, Coach Alisi is going to preach ball movement and, create good shot selection. It's just that simple. I mean, at this point in the season, both teams know each other well, so there's not a lot of mystery, Eddie.
You have to hope that Goldberg wants to stay aggressive, and we hope Coach Alisi preaches that as well. With 3 for 9 in the free throw line, we saw him working on them before the half started. You have to hope that he stays aggressive in the paint and will initiate that contact and is willing to take that contact if he can get back to the line.
Well, Nicholson is kind of your first option. And we know what he can do, but other people are going to have to really try and erase this 8-point lead. And again, Brooklyn's not going away. So again, when I say chess match, what adjustments is Baruch going to make? And, who's going to step up?
30 seconds till the second half tips off here. The 5 on the floor for the Bearcats: Gerard Nicholson, Brandon Goldberg, Jack Gordon, Trevor Coppin, and Peter Dubreeze. And for the Brooklyn Bulldogs, Gabriel Barker, Serge Therese-Buell, Joe Charles, David McFadden, Malik Dale.
It's interesting. Minnick is not in the starting lineup.
Agreed, Joe.
In the second half, Dubreeze filled in for him last game, and it was great.
Minnick came out early in that first half. 2 minutes in, Nicholas Lamb took his place. Maybe he's still working himself back.
Yeah, he's very much needed by this Bearcat attack. But Dubreeze, has proved what he could bring to the table.
No Cole Bailey as well tonight. So Dubreeze looking to fill a huge hole here. Drive by Joe Charles, and right away, Bulldogs had a quick 2.
Well, that's a big-time move by Charles, and no defense by Baruch. He had a clear path to the basket. That's got to concern you.
Coppin to Nicholson, working around the wing. Here's Goldberg, as we hope to stay aggressive here.
Well, it's interesting. Coppin and Goldberg are in the game at the same time.
Joe Charles plays that well and gets a quick and easy steal on the entry pass. No box out from the Bearcats, and Gabriel Barker with an easy 2.
Well, Brooklyn's come out like they played in the first half. They feel very confident they can do whatever they want, inside, outside.
Goldberg not looking to post up just yet. Now he is on Barker. Gets the ball in. Double team by Therese-Buell. Foul is called. Questionable call, says Therese-Buell. Thinks he got his hands in there early. He might have a good case there, Joe. Nonetheless, it'll be side out of bounds for the Bearcats. Down 12 now. Just a little over a minute gone in the second half. Gerard Nicholson puts up a 3, no good. And it'll go to the Bulldogs.
Yeah. Well, Nicholson is not having his usual type of game. So who's going to step up for Baruch?
Therese-Buell pressured by Dubreeze and Nicholson. Coppin sees the ball up in the air, tipped, but it ends up in Barker's hands, and it's a safe play for the Bulldogs, and no reset. Malik Dale now on the left wing, screened by Barker, finds McFadden, drives in right side, and a little floater, puts it up in good. Extends the lead to 14.
Yeah, I mean.
Oh, errant pass from Gerard Nicholson. Therese-Buell throws it down.
Coach Alisi can only scratch his head. to stop the bleeding here.
Coppin stuck with the ball there. And Coach Lisi going with a full hockey line change, setting up for substitutions. Nicholson jab step, left side drive. No good, rebounded by Joe Charles. Here come the Bulldogs once again.
Well, you can make a case that
Barker goes up, gets fouled by Dubriz, no good, 2 free throw line.
You can make a case that Nicholson was fouled on the other end.
Agreed, Joe. As the hockey line change preps to check in. Jeketson, Edmay, Nicholas Lamb, Dylan Minnick, Joseph Fitzgerald, and Mano Idea look to check in. Coach Lisi going to his bench looking for a little bit of a spark.
Well, I think now, he's going to have to send a message to his team, Coach Lisi, in that, maybe the first unit doesn't have it today.
Missed free throw, rebound by the Bulldogs, out of bounds. It'll stay Bulldog ball. So this new unit not being able to corral in the rebound. And Denzel Reynoso checks in for Mano Idea, who just checked in as he didn't get the rebound off the free throw. Coach Lisi looking to send a message early to his team. 16-point deficit now with 17:35 left to go in this second half.
Well, the fact is, Eddie, Brooklyn brought their A game tonight.
Hop step by McFadden, gets into the paint. Pump fake, gets his man in the air. Easy 2 once again. Nicholas Lamb to Fitzgerald, high pass, corrals it though. Here comes Minnick now. Looking to slow it down, get a quality offensive possession. Reynoso top of the key. Loses the handle. Picked back up. 8 seconds to go on the shot clock. Pass into Edmay. Edmay backs down Barker. Gets a second hand. Right hand push shot, no good. Rebound taken by Edmay though. Into Reynoso and stolen by Malik Dale. Here come the Bulldogs looking to push the pace. Up on the right side and banks it in. The lead is now 20.
Well, Coach Lisi can only throw his hands up as the bleeding has gotten worse.
16:23 left to go in this second half. Dylan Minnick looking to set the offense through Joseph Fitzgerald. Edmay in the high post. Back to the veteran Minnick. Minnick double hit on baseline, puts up a contested shot, no good. Rebound by Fitzgerald. He goes on the other side, reverse lay is good. Just try and stop the bleeding. Gerard Nicholson getting set to check back into the game. As the Bearcats need to stop badly on this defensive end. Frazier goes in strong on the right side. One jab step and he had a free lane.
Well, when things go wrong defensively, that's a problem, Eddie. Offense is one thing, but defensively, that's, you want to hang your hat on that.
Nicholson checks back in. Bearcats had a lead with the Bulldog defense not back after the full court press, but Fitzgerald bobbled the ball. That led to a turnover. Here's Nicholson now, screened by Thraisbiel, stolen by Edmay. Lamb leaking out. No passes. Gerard Nicholson looks to get a more quality shot. Drives in left side. Strong move into the paint. Short jumper is no good. Rebounded by McFadden. Joe Charles sizes up a little mid-range jumper, and he knocks it down to now extend the lead to 22.
Well, Joe Charles has had a party tonight for Brooklyn.
As Minnick and Brooklyn Baruch Bearcats called timeout. Coach Lisi must be beside himself, looking to find some sort of spark from his bench to show some life.
You know, what happens as a coach, you know, you have a lot of confidence in your players, Eddie, and when things go wrong like this, you only throw your hands up because you're not sure what's going on. But then again, give credit to Brooklyn that they are really playing in all areas tonight.
Coach Lisi going to stick with the same unit he had on the floor of Nicholson, Lamb, Minnick, Fitzgerald, and Edme. Edme. Here's Fitzgerald now driving in. Decides to reset. Nicholson drives in hard, cuts. Right-handed layup, no good, gets his own miss. Pivot, goes back up and knocks it down. Good effort out of Nicholson there.
Well, there's a lot of time left, Eddie. So Baruch can put together some stops defensively and, you know, play some good offense. You never know.
Lamb late to get over the screen, leaves Dale open for three, no good. Rebounded by Fitzgerald, and here come the Bearcats looking to start a little bit of a run. Edme top of the key now to Girard. Deep three. No good. Rebounded by Minnick. Or so it was. Bodies hit the deck. Gerard Nicholson ends up within to the corner for Nicholas Lamb. His three-pointer's good. Bench trying to get involved with the Bearcats. Keep the energy up. Now on the defensive end. McGill trying to guard Armour, who checks back into the game for the Bulldogs. Backing down Edme. Good defense from Edme. Ardmer stuck. Now Dale into the paint. Stolen by Edme with some good defense from Gerard Nicholson.
Well,
Bearcats making a run now, Joe.
Yeah, some very good minutes here by the second unit.
Nicholas Lamb looked like he got out of control there. Called for a travel, and he's still on the floor. Good shaking up, Joe, but helped up by Dylan Minnick. Looks like he'll stay on the floor.
Second unit doing some good stuff for the Bearcats. With 13-20, Baruch down 17. The goal now, Eddie, is to get it to 10 with about 10 minutes left. If that's possible.
Brazefield goes in on Fitzgerald. Armour blocked from behind by Dubriz, but a foul.
Well, the fact that Brooklyn got the ball in deep like that to Armour.
Armour misses the first of two. Not as much of an impact as he had in the first half. Hope not to cast their drinks, though.
Well, Armour's had a really good game. His teammates have found him.
Armour goes 0 for 2 from the line. No damage done. Here come the Bearcats looking to cut into this lead piece by piece. Here's Minnick now to Fitzgerald in the post. McGill on him, goes in strong. Hop step into the paint. No foul called. Armour with the rebound.
Well, those hard dribbles created an opportunity for Fitzgerald.
Brazefield goes in strong on Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald stands his ground. However, the ball finds its way to Armour, and he knocks down the mid-range jumper. Well, 15 left to go. Brazefield with some good press defense.
Well, Eddie, Baruch has to get the lead, like I said, near 10 with 10 minutes left, and then really turn it up after that.
Nicholson gets a switch with Armour now. Armour on him. Gets the ball to Minnick, drives in strong, corner to Dubreeze. Dubreeze drives baseline. Good pass to Minnick. Right-handed layup is good. Right as the shot clock expires.
Well, defensively now, Baruch is going to have to get it done. They're doing some good things offensively.
Joe Charles pulls up for another mid-range jumper, no good. Dubreeze at the rebound. And here come the Bearcats, 11.5 left to go.
That was a rare miss by Charles.
He's hit that mid-range what feels like 3 or 4 straight times now. Minnick finds Nicholson, jab step, good defense by McFadden. Still gets into the paint. Right-handed scoop layup, no good. Tip by Minnick, no good. Rebound by Armour.
That was a tough shot by Nicholson. He was hoping for at least to get to the free throw line.
And the Brooklyn Bulldogs call a timeout to talk things over as they enter with a 17-point lead and 11:06 left to go in this second half.
Yeah, again, no need to panic. Still enough time to mount a comeback. And really, it's got to be, can Baruch maintain their focus and, not look at the scoreboard, just play and, make positive plays? Or do they not have it tonight mentally?
It's Coach Lisi echoing what you just said, Joe. Make the right play. That's all that'll take to get back into this game.
Right. Brooklyn is played a great game, but it's still not decided yet.
We haven't seen Brandon Goldberg check back into the game as Edmey has been giving Coach Lisi some good minutes, though Baruch Bearcats still with no double-digit scores.
Well, the thing is that can we stop Armour and, take him out of his comfort zone? And I think Edmey has proven he can do that.
Same 5 come out for Coach Alisi. Nicholson, Dubreeze, Minnick, Fitzgerald, and Edmey. For the Bulldogs, we see Jaden Casanova check into the game. Maybe looking for some higher energy on defense here, Joe. Try and force a turnover and a quick 2.
Well, they're going to have to.
Oh, and that's exactly what happens as Gerard Nicholson gets the errant pass on the right side, and the layup is good to cut the lead to 15.
Well, that's the beginning.
Another errant pass. Nicholson with another steal goes in strong. Pump fake up on the right side. Foul called. No good, but a foul will send Nicholson to the free throw line, and that's exactly the kind of energy Bearcats are looking for.
Well, I always say that Nicholson can play quarterback because his toughness, again, sets him apart from a lot of players.
Back-to-back careless passes from Casanova. Coach for the Bulldogs is irate as that gives up 2, 3, potentially 4 points off just careless passes.
Really, Brooklyn fell asleep. And that happens. That's really, it's about good teams keeping their mental composure, Eddie.
2 for 2 from the free throw line, cuts the lead to 13 as Straisbuel has trouble getting it in, finally does to Armour, and he'll take it himself. No one stops ball, and it's going down to Edmey. Armour goes in strong on the left side. Left-handed scoop is good, and a nice move by Armour showing off his versatility.
Well, Armour is a really good player. No denying that.
And here he is on the defensive end, almost with a steal. It'll stay Bearcats' ball, but Armour is all over the place.
Yeah, Armour's really had an impressive game tonight. Could be one of the better players in CUNY, no doubt.
Here's Nicholson driving right side baseline, finds Minnick on the wing, out to Gordon, wide open for 3. Instead decides to pass it up. Now here's Minnick, and Dubreeze will reset. Drives in on the right side. Right-handed scoop layup is good. And the lead back down to 13.
Well, Baruch is in a good space.
Nicholson with a poke and a steal by Minnick. Here they come. Jack Gordon retreats to the corner. Sizes up a 3.
Well, that could have really put Baruch back in, good shape had he made that.
Would have cut the lead to 10.
Time is, very important right now, under 10 minutes.
9:42 left to go in this second half. Here's Armour now with Edmey on him. Sizes him up, faces the basket. Pump fake, jab step. Jump shot is good. I mean, Armour is doing it all.
Hey, this guy could play, Eddie.
That extends the lead back to 15 with 9:22 left to go. Bearcats desperately needing to cut into this lead and quickly. Minnick left open. Passes up the three set for Jack Gordon. Post up. Backs down. McGill sees two people. And a foul is called. Too many hands.
Well, Baruch has to really, really keep their composure and have good offensive possessions with 9:09 to go. Still a game.
Nicholson gets it in the corner. Backs down McFadden. Finds Jack Gordon, top of the key three. No good. Rebound. Fought for. Staying with the Bearcats. High IQ play from Nicholson to keep his hands off of it after he saw a controversial play. Ends up staying their way.
Yeah. Good heads-up play. Baruch a chance to, lessen this margin.
Nicholson and Edmey play a two-man game. Nicholson goes in strong. Foot touches the paint. And another foul by McFadden, side out of bounds. Gerard Nicholson looking to get aggressive and fast with 8:45 left to go.
Well, Baruch cannot afford an empty offensive possession. It's obvious here. But the clock is definitely a factor.
Good play to get Nicholson open in the corner. Three ball, no good. Rebound by Stephon McGill. Joe Charles finds McGill on the other end. His pull-up mid-range jumper, no good. Rebound by Nicholson. Heads up to Gordon. No, to Minnick instead. He finds Gordon now.
Minnick should have gone right to the basket.
Instead, Gordon finds Minnick waiting under the basket to make up for that play, and easy two.
Yeah, sometimes passing to your teammate is not the right call.
Nicholson with some good ball pressure on McFadden. As Trevor Coppin looks to check back in for Edmey, who's been giving them some good minutes. Off the bench. Here's McGill with Minnick on him. Nicholson with another steal, and here come the Bearcats. Screen set by Edmey. Nicholson drives in. Hands in, stolen by Thracebuell, but the Bulldogs slow it down as they look to take advantage of the steal and convert. Instead, they call a timeout to the Bulldogs as the Bearcats go in to the timeout with a 13-point deficit, 7:36 left to go in this ball game. Joe, we're starting to see them come back at it little by little, piece by piece. What has been the key?
The key is that they turned it up, Baruch did. Still, unfortunately, not enough. Again, I told you we wanted to get the lead to about 10 with the 10-minute mark. They didn't do that. And, Eddie, at a certain point, the clock is against you. You just run out of time. So every possession is key, given that, clock. Right now it's 7:36. It's 13. Not impossible, but again, what does Coach Alisi say? It's not impossible. Let's go get it.
We've seen them get a couple of good looks in the corner for three with Gerard Nicholson. I think it was Minnick had one chance at it. Gordon as well. Many opportunities to cut this lead down to 10. But on the defensive end, the high energy, I think, is what bringing them back into this game with Gerard Nicholson.
Well,
it seems like having back-to-back steals.
Think about the heavyweight fight analogy. Baruch is punching, Brooklyn's punching back, Baruch punches back. It's really coming down to all these punches. But, who can mount kind of a couple of plays to get Baruch back in? They can't trade baskets at this point.
Nicholson with 5 steals to lead the defensive charge. But you're right, Joe. You cannot trade baskets with 7.5 left to go, down 13. Nonetheless, here's Therese Buell to Malik Dale. Back to Therese Buell, posting up Jack Gordon. Lowers his shoulder, Gordon stands his ground. Good hands by Trevor Coppin, he gets the steal. And here comes Gerard Nicholson.
Again, I'm going to keep saying it's about the, great play.
Trevor Coppin goes in strong on Armour and one with a chance to cut this lead to 10, Joe.
Listen, that was the play Baruch needed desperately. And what an important foul shot, Eddie, this is.
Therese Buell bumped into Armour on what looked like was going to be exchange between Nicholson and Coppin. Instead, he took it himself.
Because strategically, this is what you want. Down 10, 7 minutes is an eternity, or could be.
Coppin completes the three-point play to cut the lead to 10. 7 minutes left to go in this second half between the Bearcats and the Bulldogs. Here's Dubriz now on Malik Dale. We have not said his name much tonight. McFadden pump fake, get into the paint. Armour, ooh, and a jump ball is called. Great hands by Dubriz. And the ball will go to the Bearcats. 4, 5, 6 straight defensive possessions for the Bearcats, keeping them in this game.
That's all you can do, Baruch. You can just try and get a turnover any way you can. But again, the clock is a factor.
The Bearcats can smell blood as they get another possession off a good turnover. Coppin goes in strong, wraps up Armour, and back to the free throw line Coppin goes.
Once Coppin puts his shoulder in, it's tough. He's a physical player, and he's creating opportunities for himself, and he's a good foul shooter. We don't want to jinx him, but
Coppin letting his presence be known to Armour's chest, and that'll be his 4th foul as he checks out of the game. Coach for the Bulldogs forced to go to Barker now.
Interesting, Coach Alisi going with Coppin.
Coppin goes 1 for 2 from the line.
Versus Goldberg.
Jailbreak for the Bulldogs. They pull up for 3 in the corner, no good. McGill catches the air ball. Hand straight up, but a foul called and 1. As Dubriz was caught not boxing out, leading to the Bulldogs with an easy 2 and a chance at a 3-point play.
Well, this is Brooklyn punching back. They took some punches from Baruch. But, listen, Brooklyn came to play tonight, and they did just that.
With 6.5 left to go, Joe, I don't know if it's over just yet. Only down 11 are the Bearcats. As Stephon McGill heads to the free throw line. He misses, and that lead will stay 11. Dubriz with the rebound.
Well, again, every possession on offense by Baruch has got to have a positive result.
Coppin takes it himself once again. Instead goes to Minnick.
So, quoting Coach John Wooden, Baruch has got to hurry, but don't hurry too fast.
Quality look for Dubriz for 3, no good. Coppin gets tied up with Barker, and the rebound goes to McGill. Here's McGill. Now to Joe Charles. Post up for Barker with Trevor Coppin on him. McGill sizes up a 3. Decides to go inside instead. Foul called. Minnick got his hands in there. And that'll send McGill to the free throw line for 2 more.
The fact that Brooklyn's be able to kind of get to the basket when they want has really been a factor.
That may be where you miss Brandon Goldberg's paint presence, Joe.
Well, Coppin doesn't have the length, you're right, to be a rim protector.
He's proven himself in the paint that he can use his body to impede progress, but once someone does get there, it's really tough to impede their progress any further and get a good contest up on the shot.
Well, there's no doubt what Coppin brings to the table, but again, there's nothing better than a rim protector.
Nicholson doubled in the backcourt, gets it to Minnick. And back to Nicholson. Swinging around in the corner. Minnick to Coppin. Jab step goes in left side. Up with the right hand. No good. Good defense by Barker. And here come the Bulldogs. With 5:20 left to go in this game.
Tough empty possession by Baruch.
Quality look, everything but the finish. Now hope for a defensive stop. Barker looking for an entry pass, but McGill threw it at the rim instead. Bearcats end up with the ball. Here comes Gerard Nicholson, pulls up for a mid-range, and he knocks it down.
Well, you want to question Brooklyn College's clock management with that hurry possession, but it worked out for Baruch on the other end, that Nicholson got a quick basket, and again, it's 11 with 5 minutes left. So again, certainly not over, but this is telling you a lot about your team. Can you get enough stops defensively, and can you really pour it on offensively in this final 5 minutes?
We've seen the Bearcats come back from crazier deficits, and I think we've seen enough here tonight to show that they're capable of it on their defensive end. These 1, 2, 3 in a row stops leading to fast breaks for Nicholson, either a layup, drop it off to Nicholson, get Kopp into the free throw line, and that'll keep the Bearcats within striking distance for the rest of this game.
Yeah, so like I said, Baruch has to hurry, but not be in too much of a hurry. Sounds a little, strange, but again, we have to tell Baruch Nation the clock is sometimes your enemy and, sometimes your friend. So that's the tale of this final 5 minutes, the clock and how much you can do defensively and how effectively you can score quickly.
Bearcats down 11, 5:01 left to go in this second half. 49-60 Bearcats deficit. And a full court press being implemented now by the Bearcats. Bearcat bench begging for a travel, not going to get it there, but McFadden crosses up Gerard Nicholson to get it across the timeline. Gerard Nicholson providing some good ball pressure. Parker gets it top of the key. Now here's Dubree. Ooh, excuse me. Gordon gets the steal. And here comes Nicholson. As we mentioned, Joe, points off of turnovers. Nicholson cuts the lead to 9, 51-60. 4:30 left to go in this second half.
So again, defense by Baruch, it's no-brainer. They have to get a quick stop.
Turnover
they can't let Brooklyn take too much time off the clock.
Previous turnover by Thraisbuell as he has the ball now. Good hands by Jack Gordon to poke it away. A couple more of those, and the Bearcats are in this game. A little too handsy there from Nicholson. Reach-in foul, and that'll be a side out of bounds. Not yet in the bonus. It's the Bearcats' 5th foul.
Brooklyn is really happy to be able to, hold on to the ball if need be.
Minute guarding Thraisbuell to McFadden. Another wraparound poke, but a foul is called once again. That'll be the Bearcats' 6th foul. And that will not send the Bulldogs to the line just yet, as the next one will put them in the bonus, I believe. Thraisbuell drops it off to Joe Charles, working on Dubree. Good hands by Gordon once again. Bodies hit the deck. Ball ends up with Thraisbuell. And McFadden open for 3 on the wing. No good. Joe Charles looks to save it. He does to Barker. And Coppin late to the spot.
Well,
gives up an easy 2.
Brooklyn answering, making it harder for Baruch. You know that. Baruch now has to do things fast.
Minute gets to the free throw line, drives left side. Nothing going there. Decides to go back to the paint. Little mid-range jumper is good. Lead back down to 9. 3:13 left to go in this second half.
So now hopefully a turnover without too much time going off the clock.
Bearcats tried to trap Joe Charles there in the corner, but to no avail. Now McFadden crosses the timeline with 3 minutes left to go. Bearcats down 9. Finds Joe Charles on the 3, decides not to take it. Instead, drives right side, handed floater, no good. Rebound by McGill, and they'll reset their offense.
How about that? Again, hustle plays by Brooklyn.
McFadden with a good move to drive in left side. No foul called. Looking for one, though. And it'll stay Bulldogs ball after the wild shot attempt by McFadden. Timeout Bulldogs.
Now, the coaching staff for Brooklyn, they've been around the block. So, they're trying to get their Bulldogs to have, again, their eye on the clock, as well as really try and separate themselves from Baruch.
Assistant coaches Jamel Fair and Saeed Osorio irate on the sideline, begging for the team to grab a rebound. I'm sure Coach Alisi sharing that same sentiment in the huddle. With 2.5 left to go, all these rebounds they matter way more.
It's really about effort again, hustle, and really cliche, who makes more plays, Baruch or Brooklyn? That's really what this has come down. Certainly, Brooklyn was handing Baruch some opportunities to get back in the game, and it looked like, Eddie, that was going to happen. But play here and play there, and again, that clock is just really working against Baruch now. Although 2 minutes 36 seconds could be an eternity if you do the right thing.
Brooklyn Bulldogs gave the Baruch Bearcats enough opportunities to really get within close striking distance. Unfortunately, not able to capitalize on all of them.
Sure, by design, Coach Alisi was right there, with a chance to come back. But you got to take advantage of those opportunities.
Same 5 back in for the Bearcats. McFadden to check in, finds Thraisbiel wide open, blocked by Coppin. Picked up by Joe Charles. His mid-range no good. Rebound by Gordon, and here come the Bearcats.
Well, Coppin's athleticism was evident right there.
Nicholson finds Gordon for 3, and he knocks it down to cut the lead to 6 with 2:18 left to go.
Well,
huge 3 out of Jack Gordon.
What was good about that?
And Minnick forces a turnover. Bad pass from Thraisbiel looking for McGill. Side out of bounds, Bearcats ball.
But Eddie, what's so good about this is not a lot of time went off the clock for Baruch.
Quick and easy turnover for the Bearcats. 0 time went off the clock because no one touching the ball out of bounds.
So we do have a game.
That we do, Joe. 6-point game, 2:10 left to go in this second half. Jack Gordon, pump fake. Gets it to Dubriz. His corner 3. Good! The lead is now 3 with 2 minutes to go, and the Bearcats have come storming back. Double team, stolen by Dubriz. Gets under the basket. Reverse layup is good. 1-point deficit with 1:53 left to go, and the Baruch Bearcats bench is loving it.
Okay, now, Eddie, what do you say? Okay, Brooklyn opened up the door, and Baruch said, I'm coming in a big way, okay? Let's face it, basketball-wise, Brooklyn had this game. Well, you go to sleep, and now you have a team of hungry wolves foaming at the mouth, and that's what you have happen. And again, great clock work for Baruch. It worked out. Where all that happened, how much time went off?
10 seconds maybe at most.
So, it's beautiful if you're a Baruch fan. It's a beautiful turnaround, and, it's only going to make the younger players more mature, and it's only going to show Coach Alisi that he has warriors. That's all you can ask for as a coach.
Who knows what Coach Alisi said to them in that huddle, but they came out of that huddle high energy, 3 straight steals or turnovers, leading to 7 or 8 points?
Well, you mentioned Coach Saeed and Fair were irate, and I believe that as former players, they can rock the boat. The players will listen to them as well as Coach Alisi.
Going back to that last play, Thraisbiel checks the ball into the corner. An immediate double comes, and Dubriz had the right of mind to leave his spot from the opposite side of the court and run in for that steal.
Let me interrupt. Watch out for a guy going deep by Brooklyn. Okay, that didn't happen.
Ooh, and a quick foul called by the officials on Gerard Nicholson. and that'll send that'll send David McFadden to the free throw line.
Well, even in a make by Brooklyn, Baruch can't waste time. They can't.
Coach Lisi leading with his team of most importance, the rebound, as Armour checks out of the game for Barker.
Well, make or miss, Baruch has to play in a hurry.
1-1 here. McFadden misses the first, barely grazes rim, and here comes Minnick. Bearcats down 150 left to go in this second half.
Now,
Ball in Gerard Nicholson's hands.
Ball movement, and hopefully it creates something. Don't hold the ball. Oh!
Gordon drives in hard. Nicholson chases down the rebound. Out to Dupreez, and they'll reset. Great effort and energy out of Nicholson to get the offensive rebound for a second chance opportunity.
Now we have shooters.
Minnick drives in hard, brings the ball up to Barker's hands, and he inadvertently got right in front of the ball.
You know something? He needed to get the ball to Nicholson and let him be the tough player he is.
1:10 left to go. Gordon on McFadden now. Coppin, good hands in the steal. He's a one-man wrecking crew. Spin move, driving in on Barker, and loses the ball. Unfortunately, good hands by Thrasbuel to get it back for the Bulldogs. If they have the right frame of mind, they will slow it down. It looks like they do.
This is the biggest stop of the year for Baruch right here.
Dupreez provides pressure on McFadden. Good hands, and here comes Dupreez driving in. Layup is good. Baruch takes their first lead in what it feels like forever. 63-62.
Defense now, they need a stop. They got to keep their composure. No foul. No foul. This is the biggest defensive stop of the year for Baruch.
McGill drives in, cut off by Dupreez. Back in. Foul is called on the floor. So that'll be more free throws for Stephon McGill. Still 1-1, says Coach Alisi.
Well, you know what? It was the stop-and-go dribble that caused the foul.
Dupreez got caught on the hesitation dribble, forcing him to play from behind. Fouling being the smarter play than giving up the open layup.
Now 25 seconds is eternity.
25.6 left to go in this game. Stephon McGill to the free throw line. 1-1. Off the right side of the rim, Armour gets the rebound and brings it back out to McGill. Timeout Bulldogs.
Well, Eddie, Baruch up 1, 22 seconds. Again, what do you say to your team? You practice defense, you eat and sleep and live defense. Well, this is it now.
You have to go into this, out of this timeout. Nothing changed from that. You fouled McGill on a wide open layup. You saved those points. You come back, they get the rebound. All right, it's like they never lost the ball. It's like you never fouled them. 22.3 left to go, 17 on the shot clock. One stop wins you this game at the least.
Sure.
One stop holds this lead at the least.
Right. Well, again, here we are in that heavyweight boxing match we keep talking about. You know, punches are being exchanged. The defense and the intelligence of the players to just play the best defense, deny.
Joe,
deny penetration, deny moves, and then really on a missed shot, do everything in your power to get that ball. Because then you'll get fouled.
That's right, Joe. Coach Lisi going back out with those same five that brought them all the way back to this point. They were down 20 or so at one point in this game.
Your nerves are going crazy, so you got to keep composed. You can't foul.
Exactly. Most importantly, do not foul here. No free points.
Double them.
Here comes Dupreez with the double. Back out to Joe Charles. He drives right side. Good defense by Dupreez. Wild shot. No good. Rebound by Coppin. 9 seconds left to go. Foul by McGill, and that'll send Coppin to the free throw line.
There was Dupreez with the defense that made him fall away.
Huge rebound from Coppin. Great defense from Dupreez to force the double on Armour, bring the ball back out to Joe Charles, and then force a really tough shot on the drive. Coppin with a huge rebound, and he'll go to the line to try and make this a 3-point game.
So let me tell you the brilliance of Coach Alisi in this game. The fact that he went with Coppin versus Goldberg, and Coppin's athleticism and body control is what may have got you a W.
Coppin, a 73 or 74% free throw shooter, 1-1, 7.8 left to go in this second half. First shot is up and good for Trevor
Now,
Coppin.
Here's the thing. If Baruch goes up 3, you're going to have to foul Brooklyn to take away a 3 attempt.
That's right. We have to wait and see if he hits his free throw. But if he does, you have to wonder what Coach Alisi's strategy is moving forward. Does he foul early, or does he let them get a shot up?
You don't want to play with that 3.
Coppin does exactly what the Bearcats want. Goes 2 for 2 from the line, and the bench is loving it.
Okay,
Coppin
so
with 2 huge free throws to bring this lead to 3 with 7.8 to go.
Baruch Nation, let's tell you, okay, we've talked every game about Coach Alisi's in-game brilliance, right? The fact that he's got Goldberg out of the game and Coppin has got him a W. Not to take away anything else, but Coppin made that previous offensive attempt go awry. Got fouled, went to the foul line, made 2, okay?
Joe, I don't want us to speak too soon.
Here's the other thing. What's been the problem with Goldberg tonight? Missing foul shots? Coppin. So, again, it's Coppin that really give the guy the game ball.
That's a great point, Joe.
Give
Free
the
throws
guy the
being
game ball.
huge in this game. Now, 7.8 to go left in the second half.
For me, I don't give them a chance to hit a 3, okay? Or 3 and possibly get fouled. There could be 4. I foul them, but what do you think, Eddie? I foul them, but let the clock go down a little
So
bit.
we have to see if the ball gets advanced here. It doesn't look like it will. It looks like the Bulldogs will have to go full court. So you let them tick off 1, 2, maybe even 3 seconds. Let them get close. But make sure a lot of players have a savvy play of when they see you, they know they're going to intentionally foul. They wait for you to put your arm out, and they'll put up a shot.
Well, that was Jason Kidd made a career out of that. And, of course, guys like Reggie Miller. But, this is about don't let them get a 3.
Bearcats put up a wall, get it into McFadden.
Foul them. They got to foul them.
They do foul there.
Okay.
3.5 seconds off the clock for the Bearcats. 4.2 left to go, and that'll send, I believe, McFadden to the line for a 1-1.
Now, if McFadden hits 2, 65-64, Brooklyn will foul, right? So Coach Alisi hopefully has all shooters in the game. Because irregardless, 4 seconds could be an eternity.
McFadden, a 48% free throw shooter, 12 for 25 on the season. No good, rebounded by Minnick. 3 seconds to go.
Well, McFadden has helped Baruch out, let's face it, because that's 2 huge misses. But, again, the fact that Brooklyn couldn't get a 3 off is where this whole story goes. So, Baruch is looking good now, okay? Minnick just has to really hit 1 to put it to 4.
Huge rebound by Minnick. Dylan Minnick, a 71% free throw shooter with a chance to ice this game with 1 made free throw.
Baruch is on the way to, use the word, outlasting Brooklyn, because time is going to run out on Brooklyn.
1-1 for Minnick. Knocks it down! Makes that a 2-possession game with 2.4 seconds left to go.
So Brooklyn is going to be outlasted by Baruch.
Minnick goes 2 for 2 from the free throw line, sticks the dagger into the Brooklyn Bulldogs' heart, and that will do it. The Baruch Bearcats come back from 20 down with a whole line change from Coach Alisi at one point, all the way back to win this game, 67-62.
Well,
Bearcats go 2-0 in the doubleheader.
You can't say enough about. First, the coaching of Coach Alisi and his staff is, again, come on, man. Unbelievable, great move. We said the fact that he went with Coppin over Goldberg paid off defensively, paid off at the foul line, paid off energy-wise, on and on and on. And the fact that Coach Alisi had to go to the second unit. He's done that before. And again, great coaching, but let's shout out to the players, not giving up. And listen, championships are made sometimes because you weathered adversity. And what better example tonight was the adversity. But we kept saying to Baruch Nation, they got to get it to 10. They made it a little harder because they really didn't mount the comeback until lower than 10. Mm-hmm. But it worked out favorably for them in terms of the clock. And that sequence when all the turnovers by Brooklyn, no time went off, allowed Baruch to do their thing.
That's right, Joe. A coaching masterclass out of Coach Alisi and a great defensive game overall for the Bearcats. That second half, it changed the whole game. Get
Classic.
2, 3, 4 straight turnovers. Whether it was Coppin, whether Dubriz, Nicholson with a couple steals. I believe he had like 6 for the game. Nicholson really led the charge, 6 steals total for the game.
But when you say about the masterclass, what do you think about? You could easily have gone with Goldberg, big guy. But what was Coach Alisi thinking that he said, no, I got to go with Coppin? I mean, that's...
Coach Alisi looked at the floor. He said, I need some energy on the floor. He went full line change. Little by little, he inserted the correct pieces back into the game that
Coach
he knew could keep that
Alisi
energy up.
has done it year after year, game after game. I'm not a homer by calling him out and saying, this dude can coach. Okay? Division I, Division II, Division III. This dude can coach, okay? And he's proven it tonight.
That he has, Joe. 67-62 the final. Baruch Bearcats take both games with a doubleheader against the Brooklyn Bulldogs. First the men, first the women, and then the men.
So Baruch
you really
Nation
got your theoretical money's worth tonight, Joe, didn't you?
Baruch Nation, you know what the cost at the door was? 0. So you got tremendous basketball here on Lexington Avenue for free. And the best thing is that both these teams, men and women, are on a streak. And you know what? It's getting really interesting in terms of how the men and women are winning. So many things are happening, and these younger players are getting more mature by the game, and your stars are getting better. And you would think that Nicholson would have been the guy. No. Right? Not at all, but isn't that the mark of a great team?
Absolutely, Joe. The Bearcats take on CCNY this Friday, January 31st at CCNY. Thank you for joining us on the Baruch Bearcats Broadcasting YouTube channel, Joe. What a great night tonight
Eddie, what a pleasure to be with you. You're the best, and we're rocking steady here in Baruch. So, Baruch Nation, it's all good. You know, let's keep the faith. And let's wish every players, you know, good health going forward. And what a joy for me and Eddie here to really call some great basketball. And you know what? New York is all about basketball. And we have one of the best players in the country here. And we have one of the outstanding, not to take away, Coach K is great too. But Coach Alisi and Coach K, their coaching is just at a high level, Eddie.
Couldn't agree more, Joe. Thank you for joining us on the Baruch Bearcats YouTube channel. Always a pleasure. Alongside Joe Stolzer, my name is Eddie Sabag. Have a good night.